Once you get some cookies baked, chances are you'll want to share the love. Here's a great way to upcycle your old oatmeal containers into beautiful gift boxes that anyone would love to receive. Fill them full of homemade treats and goodies for long-distance friends, the elderly neighbor that doesn't bake anymore, or anyone else you can think of. So grab an oatmeal or empty container. It's time to craft some magic at Mrs. Kringle's kitchen. I like to line the inside of my empty container with wax paper, but that's optional. Line up the bottom of your container with the bottom of the wrapping paper. Wrap it around, giving an extra inch just in case, and cut your paper to fit. If you're lucky, you've got some of that paper with a grid on the back so that you can cut a straight line. Line it up against the lip of the top of the container and get it straight. Then you'll tape the seam of the paper. This will get a little upgrade later. If you push the extra paper hanging over the end of the container, you can get a guesstimate of where you need to trim. Then use the bottom of the container to rest your scissors against as you cut so it's even. Continue taping the seam of the paper with your newly finished edge on the bottom. When it's secured, it's time to pretty it up a bit. Washi tape does wonders to hide seams. Just run wide or narrow washi tape over the seam and press firmly to make sure it stays put. Time to work on the lid. I just chose a plain red piece of scrapbooking paper for this one. Trace a circle around the lid, but cut just inside of the line since you need to make it fit a smaller area. I dry fit it against the area and then cut carefully until the circle just tucks under the lip of the lid. Use a little bit of rolled tape underneath to keep it in place. I'm a fan of old school ribbon, especially since the pattern is busy on this paper. Just tie a ribbon around the middle and give it a quick bow. Slide a tag with a hole over the ribbon end up to the bow. Then give the ribbon a curl with a pair of scissors. All done with the container. You can use plain sheet music as well with some fancy scrapbook paper on top and a fancier bow in the middle. You can be as creative as you want. Now they're ready to be stuffed with treats. I'm kind of a treat bagaholic. I can't help myself. So I like to use a different bag for each flavor of cookie I'm going to give. I also cut wax paper into little squares to separate iced or softer cookies so they don't become a cookie ball in their package. This person is getting eggnog cookies, cutouts, dark chocolate cookies, butter balls, peanut butter blossoms, and chocolate chip. Ready for action. I like to roll the top of the bag in half, especially if I'm using wax paper squares or have a messier cookie, because it makes it easier to handle as you bag. Then roll it back up, twist it, and secure it with the twist tie. Time to break out the wax paper squares. Placing them between each cookie really does help to keep them intact and from sticking. Now they're all ready to be bagged for the special recipient. I start with the sturdiest cookies at the bottom, like these butter balls, which are a harder cookie, and work my way to the more delicate ones at the top. You'll have to wind the tops around a little to get them to fit, or cut a few inches off the top of the bag if necessary. I'm able to fit 24 cookies in the container. Of course, I can't forget the Buckeyes, so I put any candy like that into little cups to keep them safe in the bag. Cut off the top, and gently place on the lid. All ready to be given to a special someone, and there's nothing quite like getting a container that big and seeing that it's filled to the brim with holiday goodies just for them. Then when they get to the end of their goodies, if they still need to feed the sweet tooth, they can flip over the lid and there's a good oatmeal raisin cookie recipe for them. Upcycling a container you would have otherwise recycled or thrown out is a great way to be thrifty around the holidays with items that you likely already have on hand. Oatmeal containers allow you to give a generous amount of treats to a special person or family, and they can reuse it when they're done for other uses. Or they might just hand it back to you around Thanksgiving and say, "Fill this for my Christmas present this year, please." You've got your choice of many wonderful cookie and candy recipes here to help you fill it. If you like this tutorial, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more recipes and crafty items from Mrs. Kringle's Kitchen.